immediately I felt the support of all the people that were sitting out in front of me, and so everything just relaxed, and I was able to enjoy their presence and enjoy how much they seem to love and be excited for our show.
Liar!
You have Disney Star Wars that when The Force Awakens came out, regardless of how you feel about it now, the overwhelming, the heavy majority of people were on board and loved it. So what did they do? They decided to pick a few comments out of that massive amount of popularity and create a racist narrative. Now here we are with Rings of Power has easily the most hatred I've ever seen for a big tentpole show or film before it's ever released. I've never seen hatred on this level. And they're going,
they seem to love and be excited for our show.
They'll lie to create whatever narrative they need to create. You can't sit there and tell me that people are excited for Rings of Power.
I mean,
insane.
We might be excited for it. I mean, not in the way
yeah. Like, this is really fucking bad, okay? This is about Tolkien. This is about Rings of Power. And listen to what she has to talk about.
What I would love is for everybody to come on the journey where those two worlds collide, and where we don't change anything, but we interpret everything.
We don't change anything, but we interpret everything. So what?
It's a fancy word for change.
In this incredible, unique way. It means absolutely everything. It is everything. It is everything for people of color. It is everything to progress forward in the film and television
this shit's DOA, bro. This shit's dead.
Look at his face when she said that. She's like, "What the color?" He's like,
"Hey man, this is DOA, bro. This might be worse than even what I fucking thought."
This is the bitch who said she's the first female dwarf in Tolkien.
Yeah,
even though we've got him in The Hobbit.
She is Princess Disa, the first female dwarf that we have ever seen cinematically within Tolkien's works, ever. It's wonderful to pay kind of the princess and the poster child for the first.
Holy crap!
It's going to be so bad.
You know, as Princess Disa, as a woman of color.
She just said it. Like, this is like the third time you've said woman of color now.
It's done, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be terrible, man.
As a mother, is exactly what our industry and what this incredible piece of television needs. Everyone was cast because they were the absolute best person for the role.
That's whoa. Lying, man. It's helping this out there fucking lie that fucking fast, man. You know goddamn good motherfucking well that it got nothing to do with nothing. That, like, I feel like this helpful, like, watches my videos because I reference that all the fucking time, like, about how that's bullshit. That's one of the fakest fucking terms when used for these fucking diversity hires. They always go to that. Oh, well, maybe she was the first best person for the job. That's bullshit. You wouldn't be going on about all this color bullshit if that were the case.
To be the poster child of accessibility for people of color, for women, is an honor, and it doesn't feel heavy when I have an immense amount of fans and support all around me.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
She knew she had to have that pause because she's like, man, I'm about to lie. She's like, God might strike my motherfucking ass down, man.
Yeah, she must.
Liar!
Oh my god.
She is dwarf of color.
First obese dwarf of color.
I can't believe how bad it's gonna be.
Everywhere this is going, all the marketing for it is getting destroyed. Nobody's happy about it. And every time a new article comes out, the people in there are going, this doesn't sound like Tolkien. So it's just everywhere. So I think that's kind of interesting too, is that they're sitting here doing these interviews, but no matter where they go, people are not responding well to this.
You got to be real with it. Like, when you're on a marketing tour and it's your job, I totally understand. Like, you're trying to put your best foot forward. I understand all of that. You know what I mean? These actors are working. This is their job. They have contracts, whatever. I get all of that. My problem is the hypocrisy. That's always been my problem, is the double standard in which they operate. Our job is to offset the narratives that they try to create about fans. It's bullshit.
But what do we learn about woman dwarves that we didn't know through your show?
Well, we learned that they exist.
Come on.
We learned they have fucking diabetes. That's what we learned.
Women exist in this world, and women exist in Tolkien's world as well.
Thank you so much, Angelique, for noticing and acknowledging the fact that this is the first time that we see a woman, and the first time that we see a black woman in this area and this world and these works of Tolkien. You know, this is necessary. This is a revolutionary moment for cinematic and television.
My head is in such pain and turmoil.
Revolutionary.
All right, but how? Like how? On a serious note, like bullshit aside, how?
Yeah.
She's not the first like black woman that we've ever seen like in like cinematic history. So it's like, what exactly is the groundbreaking thing here, aside from maybe fucking up someone else's work? But like how? And I would love to understand the explanation there, and that how exactly is this like as groundbreaking as she's insisting that it is?
There's this consistent lie that gets told with her in every interview, and it's that she's the first female dwarf
that is
on
not
screen
true.
in Tolkien's world. This is nothing special. This is nothing new. It already exists. Yet they're trying to take credit for shit that they didn't actually do.
This sounds like a self-insert. This sounds like
see,
she is self-inserting herself into this role.
well, everybody that champion, I mean it seriously, and I mean I'm not even gonna joke about the shit. Like everybody that champions this type of stuff, they're fucking losers, number one. But like this whole fist in the air pro-black shit, that's all nonsense. Like they aren't like that. They don't believe that, and you can see that when they attempt to always try to inject themselves in culture that doesn't belong to them and rather belong to someone else. Now that doesn't mean you can't have an appreciation for it. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy it or understand it. But the fact that these people don't like put forth the effort to try to, all right, you want some sort of mythological whatever movie works that are adapted, and there's so much African folklore and mythologies that have been completely fucking untouched, goes untapped and untouched, and they keep trying to fucking inject themselves in white folk shit. So it's like with this, you know what I mean? Something that's Tolkien specifically created for in that region in Europe, basically its own sort of set of mythology or fantasy kind of element that was involved with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's the same thing can be said for why the fucking Black is Guardians. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever fucking ever. I don't care how much y'all like Idris Elba. It is retarded, and he was wasted in a Marvel role, which he could have played an original Black character. Instead, he didn't. They keep trying to have Black folk fill those roles, and then they act like, hey, there's a victory to be had. It's like, no, you guys are, you see yourselves. You want to talk about injecting yourself in this. You see yourself as secondary. You see yourself as this person that has to get the sloppy seconds of white people. So this is why these cats like that they like to think I'm the one that, you know what I mean, hates himself for being Black. I'm like, I'm not the one begging for the white folks and access to their fucking media. Y'all do that shit. Y'all do that shit every fucking day. And here you are. We have this how much $1 billion, how much money they spend on this dog shit that's about to be put out, and all they can talk about is how glad they are that they injected themselves as Black folk, injected themselves in white folk shit. Like that, that's what they're bragging about. That's fucking losers, man.
To be able to stand strong and be the poster child for the children in the next generation to see Mama, Papa, I can do it too, and to open the possibility is an honor. It's a true honor.